If your fall eye look stops at brown and beige, you're really missing out. I'm going to show you beginner-friendly fall eye looks that go beyond neutrals. These looks are vibrant, fresh, and totally wearable, even if you're new to color. I'm Maddie, and I make easy tutorials that help you get creative with makeup, even if you're a beginner, because we all started somewhere. I'm going to be trying out a new product to me, the Morphe Solo Artist Priming Cream Eyeshadow in Airplay. Now, if you're a beginner to makeup, you could either use an eyeshadow primer or you can just use your concealer. You don't need to go out and buy a whole bunch of products because really you should be getting comfortable with makeup first before you are building your collection. Now I just want to see how this is going to perform, and it's my job to have fun with makeup. So this does dry down decently well. However, with the look that I'm going to be showing you here, I really want to make sure I get a super good blend. So I am going to set this with just a little bit of powder. So I just come in with a little fluffy brush, swirl that into my powder, and then lightly dust that all over my eye. And it also really helps set that primer so that it doesn't budge anywhere and it's feeling very, very matte. The first look that I want to show you is I'm going to be doing just a wash of color of berry. Okay, berry is like the ultimate autumn color. If you're going to be dipping into the world of colors, rather than just sticking to, again, those browns, those taupes, you can also dip into caramel warm browns, which are great, but again, it's still in that neutral zone, right? I'm going to be using a berry color. And autumn is notorious for smoky eyes. We can wear those a whole lot more. Now I'm coming in with a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just putting that all over my eye here. And as you can see, it's starting to skip around because, again, I'm just trying to first get it on, and then I'm going to perfect that. If you have hooded eyes like I do, you're going to really want to pay attention to make sure to bring that color above your crease to fake a new crease, right? So that it doesn't get lost in your crease. So I'm just really blending that out. It's almost kind of like a purple color that I'm putting on my eye. I think I'm gonna come in with a little bit of a flatter shader brush to put that color on more evenly because I can still kind of see those skips, and I wanna make sure I'm putting everything evenly on. So my natural crease is right here. And if you notice, I brought the color all the way up here, almost to my eyebrow. It's just a little wash of color, nothing too crazy. So if you're just getting into color and you're a little bit scared, because it's scary to try new things. If you're a little bit scared of, judgment from others, first of all, don't be. Second of all, this is a great way to start getting familiar with colors, getting comfortable with wearing them, to work, for a night out, or anything like that with the girls or with your family on a date night, dinner, celebration. There are tons of parties coming with Halloween, and you just want to make sure that everything is even. And when it comes to, this kind of smoky eye wash of color look, it really doesn't have to be perfect because it is more of that smoky eye. I'm also going to make sure I am bringing that underneath my eye, just right here in that outer corner. Because if I were to bring this all the way in, it would really close off my eye. So I want to make sure to only leave this in the outer corner of my eye there. I'm going to go ahead and pop on some mascara and lipstick, and I'll show you the final look. And there we have this one and done easy wash of color eyeshadow. Now my berry or plum, it kind of came off like very purpley, right? Which plum is a very purple color. You could also use a burgundy with this one and done wash of color look. You could also use an olive green or a copper. There's so many different directions that you could go with this, but I wanted to show you the first look of just using one eyeshadow. Now, the next eye look that we're gonna get into, I'm gonna bump it up to 2 eyeshadows. And again, you can be as creative as you want and mix and match whatever colors you want that fit well for you. Now, if you want to learn what the best eyeshadow colors are for autumn, then I'll go ahead and add this video here where I go into a deep dive into eyeshadow shades for hooded eyes. but really they're perfect for any type of eye. So let me go ahead and wash this off and then we'll get into our next look. Something I forgot to mention, the reason for using a concealer or a primer, eyeshadow primer on your eyelid is that it's going to help cancel out those veins on your eyelids to be able to give you a clean slate to work on. Because if you're trying to use eyeshadow on your eye over your veins, those colors from your veins, whether they're blue, purple, green, then they're going to be competing with those eyeshadow colors and it's not going to turn out how you imagined or hoped for. Now, upping our game here to 2 eyeshadow colors, I'm going to be using olive green and gold. Now, gold leans a little more neutral, so if you're a little uncomfortable with the green aspect, just be comforted knowing that you are using neutral like gold. Green is also seen as a very neutral color, and because I'm only going to be applying 2 colors, I'm going to put this green here in the outer corner of my eye to make sure I'm getting depth and dimension, and then I'm going to bring that in my crease. Now you don't have to go super heavy-handed here. You can be as light as you want. If you wanted to just, do this light wash right here and add some gold shimmer on your mobile lid, that would be totally okay. You go at your pace and your comfort level. I know it took me a little bit to get comfortable with wearing color, but once I started, there was no going back. I think that's a really good start right there. Now I'm going to come on this other side. And if you wanted to add like a warm brown to your crease here for a transition shade, go ahead and do that. You can really do with this look as many colors as you want and get as fancy as you want. And if you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to bring that color above your crease because you want to open up your mobile lid, make it look bigger than it actually is. I'm going to bring a little bit more into my crease to give some more dimension there. Next, I'm going to be coming in with my gold, and I'm super excited about this. I generally like to use my finger when picking up shimmer shades because they stick to my fingers so much better than a brush. Now, if you wanted to use a brush, then just go ahead and spritz a little bit of water or some setting spray. That'll wet your brush and then pick up the shimmer shade, which that works great, but I find that my finger just works the absolute best. Now, if I want to get a little more precise, because my finger's starting to get a little too big for getting into that nook there, then I can come in with a brush, which I will do in just a second. Also, as a quick tip, if you have hooded eyes, make sure to bring that shimmer above your crease so that you can see it a little more. And also be aware of fallout that you might get as well. I'm just gonna come in back here and put that green to really emphasize this outer corner. And you can dip into your shades as many times as you need. Back and forth, back and forth. It's really easy to put it on, but it's hard to take it away if you put too much on. So just start a little bit at a time. I'm gonna come and put that shimmer shade on this side now. Also, having a sticky primer or a little bit of concealer will also really help that shimmer shade stand out so much more and be way more vibrant and just stick really, really well. I have so much fallout under my eyes right here. This is why I like to do my eyes first sometimes, because the shimmer will fall down all over my face, as you can see there. I'm also going to make sure to bring that olive green underneath my eye. Again, just in this like outer third corner here. I'm gonna take it up just a notch for you here. I'm gonna come in with a brown liner and I'm going to line my eye just ever so slightly with it. Now you could choose to do a wing at this point, or you can just leave it as lining your eye. I'm gonna bring just a little baby wing out here. And that eyeliner just brings so much interest to the eye look. Rather than just using 2 eyeshadows, you're also using that eyeliner. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this look and then I'll show you the final review. And here you have that beautiful olive green eyeshadow look. And it's perfect for autumn. You know, it's reminding me of the greenery that is popping up on our pumpkins, but just really using olive green, it's that really cozy kind of green color, perfect for fall. So now I'm going to show you the last colorful eye look for you beginners. The last and final look here, a little bit intimidating, but really fun. I really want to push you out of your comfort zone and into your creative mindset. We're going to be using 3 eyeshadows. We worked our way up from 1, 2, now 3. I'm going to be using a very warm brown as my transition shade. Really work that in and above my crease. And then also in my outer corner here. You can use as much or as little eyeshadow as you want. You want to take it dark and smoky, or if you want to keep it nice and just a wash of color, that is a-okay. This warm brown is one of my all-time favorites. It gives the most perfect, beautiful brown neutral. So we did dip into browns a little bit, but we're not stopping there. I'm going to dip into a shimmery kind of blue green shade. And this is going to go in my outer corner right here to deepen this up. I hope that you are seeing the kind of like blue green that this shade is giving off. It's almost as if you were to look at the ocean in the deepest parts of it. You couldn't be able to tell, is it black or is it blue or is it green? If you have gone deep sea fishing, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, if you've gone whale watching, maybe you would know about that. I have not gone whale watching. Or maybe you've been on a ferry boat, or maybe you went on a cruise. And I'm going very light-handed here with this dark color because I don't want to bring it in too much to close off my eye. I'm using a very small, fluffy blending brush. You see how that's just like beautifully blending in with that brown? I could stop right here and this would be an awesome, beautiful look. But we're not stopping because we're using 3 eyeshadows and we've only used 2 so far. This next one is what is called a duochrome, where it will shift between multiple colors. Sometimes you will think it's one color and then in a different light, it's a different color. So this one that I'm using, it can come off as purple, it can come off as blue, it can come off as red. It's a really fun way to dip into color, but also make it wearable and not so intimidating. And also with duochromes, depending on the color that you have underneath, that can also change the color of it. I'm going to use that same dark blue color just in this outer corner part of my eye. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this look and do the final reveal. So this final look here is definitely leaning more on the neutral side compared to the other colorful looks that we did, but it does have that pop of color from the duochrome and then from the blue in the outer corner. Now let me know down in the comment box, if you had to pick one fall shade, which would it be? Berry, olive green, or blue? Today we went beyond neutrals and yet all beginner friendly and wearable eye looks that you can wear to the office, you can wear them to your parties, you can wear them at home, and you can wear them to school. If this gave you inspiration, then please hit that like button and especially subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming content and so I can keep creating more awesome content like this for you guys. Now, if you take these 3 looks that we created here today and pair them with this 5-minute glowy base makeup routine, you'll have the most perfect fall look that you'll walk around feeling more confidently in and beautiful. And I'll see you there. Bye.